All right, Pisces, let's see what's going on with you guys. We're going to do the second week of December. All right, or we're going to go week to week, right? So today is what, the 10th. So we'll go to the 16th, 17th, right around there. Universe, angel, spirit guides, what's going on here for my Pisces? What's the situation? Dude, these cards are like, I want to see what's kind of spilling out, but didn't. Because these are plenty over here. Ace of Swords, Two of Swords. What is going on with the swords, Pisces? This is a huge reading. I'm almost like nervous to read it. Honestly, I don't know if I can do this anymore type of conversation. This is putting your cards on the table. And the reason I preface it like that is because I see Death card. There's definitely an ending. And someone gets on their little boat and says, this is too much chaos. I need mental decluttering. I need to leave this nasty energy behind and go into something that's smoother, easier for me to handle. And probably most likely alone, single. Now, the other thing is that makes this all interesting is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is not knowing which direction to take, not knowing which path to take. Now, please be discerning adults, guys, and apply this anywhere in your life, such as your friendship, your workship, your love ship, any of your ships, your family ships, all of the above. That's the common thread, though. Beginning a relationship based on truth and honesty, but there's a death, there's an ending that needs a transformation or a transition. And with that said, timeline wise, this looks kind of accurate compared to what you're going to be facing in 2026, right? The old you is shedding, the old situation is shedding, and you're going off and you're doing something alone. You're doloing it. The Two of Swords makes it curious. And the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck also makes it curious because this is non-committal. This is like a small activity that you don't commit to. You do it, you leave. This is like an affair. This is you go in, you go out. This is you take a project, but you don't take it seriously. You're like, oh, I'll just do a really quick side hustle thing. But we'll see what's going on. What's coming in towards Pisces, please? What's coming in towards my Pisces, please? Three of Swords. Okay, Three of Swords talks about profound pain. I'm struggling to talk about it because picture not an evil eye or an eye here. Picture a broken heart and you're trying to take these daggers out. This is profound pain. This is sorrow. This is sadness. I can also see the Five of Swords here. You're trying to, I don't know, it's like a mental jungle in your head and you're saying to yourself, I have to make a sacrifice of some kind. It's bittersweet. It's like I can take this relationship and be with somebody, but I'm going to have to tolerate these behaviors, or vice versa. I'm not tolerating these behaviors. I'd rather have inner peace, leave and be by myself. Or maybe it's choosing, your new path with a new person you just met and just saying, I'll go in that direction. We'll see what's going on. Or you isolate yourself and you go back to being your little unit, family, relationship, marriage, commitment. We'll see when I clarify this. What is the surprise of the week? What Pisces does not see coming their way? What you thought, and I don't like saying these things, but I also feel like it's good to prepare. A lot of people just don't come to listen to my readings because they're like, oh, it's not negative, it's never positive. Da, da, da. I'll make it as positive as possible, and I always do in the advice position, but I'd rather be honest. I'm that person, I'm that reader, because tarot is a tool you use to help you understand, in understanding the process or knowing why you're going through what you're going through. This is all leading up to the fact of like a breakup here where you thought you were in a happy relationship with somebody and then it all goes to shit. But I'm going to tell you something. The universe did this on purpose. This is meant to highlight something in your world that needed transitioning, that needed changing. Wheel of Fortune, though, talks about it being a stroke of luck, though. You're like, I don't know how that could be lucky. The Dalai Lama always said the thing that you want the most, and when you don't get it, is a stroke of luck. Your inner peace could be robbed. This person could do you dirty. This situation could turn horrible. You'll never really know. But here's what you should know. The universe is moving your life forward. It was stagnating. It wasn't shifting. It wasn't moving. And I'm saying this pretty much to the whole collective this week. If you're somebody entering your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 40s, your 30s, what you were in your 20s and 30s is not what you're going to be in your 50s and 60s. You get my point, right? You're evolving, you're changing. Imagine now you're with somebody and you're both entering your 50s and this person is still behaving like they're in their 20s. Meanwhile, you're evolving to who you are today and, to being 50. Likes, dislikes, changes, all of that. This once happy family blended situation, no more. But you're also getting unstuck. And I kind of like this because it's like the jail door is open and you walk out. Let's see. You don't see this, but it is a stroke of luck. Because I could see the pain. What is the advice here for Pisces? Prepare yourselves because a whole new version of you and a life is coming for you in 2026, Pisces. Five of Wands and the Queen of Wands. If any of you, and I'm just going to throw it out there because it's there and I have to. Some of you, if you've engaged in a passionate new beginning and it was a fling or an affair or you were the third party person, whether you knew it or not, you have to push back. You have to fight this back. And if you are engaging in a passionate new beginning, regardless if you're third party or not, or it's something where it's just passionate and fiery, lean into that. Lean into that passion and whatnot. If this is in regards to a job or work, this is a passion project, which needs creativity, fire, chemistry, light it up. But let me tell you something. It's also in a position where it's not just challenging, it's very, very competitive. So you got to hustle, really hustle. Now, if this is in regards to love, going back to you being like this zesty, sexy creature that you should be, you need to push back, especially if you were engaging in a passionate new beginning, because in Wands, it's fire. Fire is temporary. Fire has to transmute into something else. Excuse me, like love, like stability, like, I don't know, a connection where it could be cerebral. To have fire, it needs fuel, all right? So it's saying something here about fighting back or pushing back or overcoming some obstacles. What is the outcome of the week here for Pisces, please? I think you're just going to go through an extremely difficult week, Pisces, or the energy's right around the middle part of December. But I think you need to get through them because this is your last hurdle. And once you rip off this Band-Aid, it's onward, upward. And I say this all the time to my daughter who's like 11. When she feels like she's failed at something, whether it's school or some sports or whatever, or with a friendship, I tell her, look, if you feel like you've hit bottom, there's only one place to go. It's up. And then, as a child, you truly feel that energy. You truly believe that because because you're so young and spirited that you have a whole life left to prove it. Nobody in their older age should feel differently. You got to pull your inner Pisces out. Your baby Pisces needs to come on out right now and say to yourself, like, we got this. Because I know I'm alluding to this. I'm alluding to the tower, and I struggle to talk about the tower because it's in your outcome, and I want to give you like an internet hug because this is bad. This is destruction. All right, between death in your beginning position and tower in your ending. Now, doesn't have to be terrible, terrible, terrible. It can be something like you get in this big fight with your boss, but you don't know where this leads you now. You don't know where this leads you in or leaves you in this relationship. It's the same thing with your spouse or somebody you're seeing, dating. Um, yeah, it's a disruption, but the universe did this to you on purpose because you weren't leaving it. They're like, shit, Pisces just gonna fucking stay there and take it? They can't. This is not good. It's not sustainable. So you have a fight with your boss and you get fired, or you have a fight with your spouse and you get divorced, or you have a fight with your boyfriend or girlfriend and it just leaves you who knows where. That's why your advice is telling you you got to push back. Trust the advice. You don't trust me? Google it. 5 of Wands as advice. Because at the bottom of the deck, it is talking about collaborating here with somebody or a third party situation. You will see, once you get through this, a fresh new start in love comes in. Boom. All right, let's start clarifying and seeing what's going on. Yeah. Listen, guys, I can see if you were having, here you are, first of all, in the cross position. Here you are in the cross position, the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right? That's what's being challenged because in the forefront, energetically speaking, you're the Queen of Wands. That's the Mistress card, Mr. card. This is you, male or female, third party engagement. Or, you know, you're engaging with something where it's just passion and chemistry and it's flighty at best. You might have had an ending, but you're still holding on to it. All right, because I could see the pain. I can see a breakup also that you had with somebody. Some of you, this isn't going to be everybody, but some of you, you were engaging in two things and now it feels like you lost both. All right? While you were in the interim of healing and this other thing happened, maybe both went awry. That's probably also why you have the Wheel of Fortune in this reading, because Spirit's like saying, oh my God, you're in an untenable situation, Pisces. That's why you're getting the tower. That's why you're getting the disruption. That tower needs to come down. You need to have someone or even yourself coming correct. And that which is meant for you won't pass you by. It'll stay there until you're ready, and vice versa. But here I am thinking what you're torn over when there's death and an ending. You don't have a lot of options. In fact, when I see Wheel of Fortune in a reading, my highest recommendation is to go with the flow. Yeah, I don't know if this was a one-night stand or a fling that went sideways. What is the Three of Swords, please? For Pisces. Oh my Lord. I have chills. I have to do a little cross. I'm like doing a little cross and stuff for you. I'm sending you guys blessings. This has never happened to me. Three of Swords is clarifying the Three of Swords. Two different decks in the same position. Mathematical probability is rare. When Spirit wants to double down, they double down. I know you're using all your strength to persevere right now, Pisces. Good on you. I know something is heartbreaking. This has something to do with a job loss or a position in life or a relationship. Major arcanas that I'm seeing, by the way: Sagittarius, Scorpio, Leo. What did I say? Oh, yeah, Scorpio's here like twice. I don't know. This Three of Swords, though, Pisces, I gotta tell you, somebody here was keeping secrets. Somebody here might have also reconciled with someone else instead of you. You know, so like, ugh. That's why so many of you are changing. That's why so many of you in the collective are shedding your skin this year. And come 2026, the year of the horse, it's not just any horse, it's the fire horse. Those hooves catch fire. It moves with purpose. It moves with courage. It moves knowing who and what it is and what it wants. This is the whole collective. So everyone is kind of going in their villain era. This was happening to you for a reason. All right? That's why the Wheel of Fortune is here. I'm like, they wanted to highlight something to you. They wanted you to be enlightened by something here. And they wanted to trigger your little mini inner villain. And make no mistake, that's not a bad thing all the time, right? Because we have yin and yang within us. And we need both forces to, you know, move forward in life, to propel us forward. What's the Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Cups, please? The Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Four of Wands. And the Nine of Pentacles, that's a few nines. Okay. Well, it looks like you're moving forward slowly and cautiously. I mean, I do see your strength and your resilience, and you're not going to let this mar you, meaning it's not going to define you at all, which I love that about you. And the Four of Wands talks about you leveling up here with something, upgrading something, being emotionally open and moving forward with yourself. Nine of Pentacles. This is like you knowing you. You being that horse I just described. You being triggered right now and be like, you know what? That's it. No fucking more for nobody. Me first, then we'll see. I kind of like it. I think you're just done with the welcome mat. That's why your advice is saying, listen, don't just disappear either. Fight back. Five of Wands. I mean push back. I don't mean fight back. What is the Five of Wands and the Queen of Wands? You know, at the end of the day, even if it doesn't work out, I'm not saying, you know, go back and be like, you know what, you're a fucking asshole, this and that. Excuse the French. But you can go back and be like, and challenge them like, you know what? You said that you were going to do this or that or whatever. Or I thought we had this connection. Or maybe this person is like, you're weak and you're a coward, but that's okay because I learned from this process. Hopefully you will one day too. I'm probably saying it the wrong way, but you know, whatever it is in your situation, it does say push back, depending on what you want. But now I just feel like some people at the end of the day, and this doesn't come out in all my readings, at the end of the day, not everybody gets to get off scot-free. Oh, that's okay. You shattered my heart. It's fine now. You can leave. No. Some people really need to hear it, Pisces. Look at this. Knight of Wands in reverse and the Hangman reverse. You might have had a one-night stand or a one-off, or somebody came back and they said, oh, you know what? No, thank you, Pisces. And then the Hangman in reverse. The Hangman in reverse is like pausing and waiting and getting stuck, but somebody here is looking at this from the wrong perspective, wrong POV. You have to change your point of view, Pisces. That's exactly what this is saying. No, now you cross T's, you dot I's. Do what Aries is doing now in 2026. If it's not a hell yeah, then it's a definite hell no. next time get more information, or even now in this situation, get more information. Something about a marriage and a commitment is here. I don't know if your person was lying to you and they were married and they just didn't say anything, or they were committed somewhere else and they didn't say anything. Of course, this can be you. Common thread. What is the Tower, please? Clarify. Yep, Five of Cups in reverse. This Tower is going down and I don't give a shit kind of vibe, which is good. You do defend yourself. I love it. You resist the bullshit and you defend yourself. And then you say, hey, let's have a heart-to-heart conversation. Yeah, you're probably doing it the right way. Let's have a heart-to-heart conversation, because no, this is just like, no. And I think here's the other thing, though. You start realizing that, I don't know if this, you're dealing with two people and this is somebody else that you go have a heart-to-heart conversation with, but you definitely have a Tower moment with somebody. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, I do see you waiting for results of it, or waiting for somebody to come back to you in regards to a third party, and then you weigh your pros and cons. All right. I just feel like you need to, Pisces, be more discerning with other people. Like showing them your boundaries. All right, universe, angel, spirit guides, what's going on here? What are we going to read about in love, Pisces? Yeah, separation. I mean, between Death and Three of Swords and Tower, and see at the bottom of the deck, it says love yourself first. This whole entire reading is screaming at me self-respect. Okay? But we'll see in the extended when we clarify this. Let's get a card from the Wisdom House of Night for Pisces, please. Ooh, look at you that you were upright, but let me see if something else comes out for Pisces. No? It was in the deck upright. It was calling to you. High Priestess of Spirit. I, Goddess of Night. And you have chosen this symbol to help guide you on this journey to find an answer to your question. Consider that there is an invisible spirit within all living things. Know that all things, events, experiences are woven together like a magical web that can only be seen in the darkest night and not by human eyes. My child, everything that you need to know is a part of the divine scheme of things. Okay? A meaningful coincidence, a blessed friendship, a lover, a significant experience are all orchestrated by me to help you become the most powerful being you were always meant to become. No matter what's in front of you, something important is brewing. You will know the answer to what soon enough. But I will keep the secret as to why. You may step forward knowing that some things are meant to remain a mystery. Go with what I told you. That thing that you want that doesn't happen might actually be a stroke of luck. All right, everybody. I'll see you over at Extended.